We haven't gotten to see you in a while. It's we're not used to that. What's it been like for you to kind of duck out for a bit?
It's been cool. It's been cool. You know, I've been chilling and just doing my thing. You know, working on the good stuff. So, yeah, I've been loving it.
It's a different process for you though, right? I mean, is it one that you thought you would enjoy or that you worried about that you're like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this?
I was like, all right. I told myself I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to spend less money. I'm gonna have to go out a little less, and then like after like the first 2 weeks of just doing the opposite, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to train and do all the stuff I'm supposed to do. So yeah, no, it's been wonderful. I've enjoyed it. You know, it's gonna be nice to get back in there in October, but I've enjoyed the time off.
What's been the process? Obviously, you know, you said I got to go work on this wrestling. I got to get better, right? So I mean, Is that literally like what you're working on nonstop every day? Yeah. So like I said, I got my 2 weeks to have a little fun, and then went out go work with DC, learned a few things from him, and it was cool because it was kind of like my son was in. You know, he did like a couple weeks of like virtual summer school, so it was kind of like I was doing summer school as well. You know what I mean? I'm out there at DC, and all those kids were whooping my ass. And then I went ahead and came back home, and I started working with Johnny, and then I work with Mindset Mike down here. And so it's been good, bro. It's been a whole bunch of wrestling, and honestly, it's been cool learning the wrestling, like actually learning it, and not just having to do it and just getting fucked up the whole time. You know? Yeah. So yeah. Had you worked with Johnny before? I mean, I was geographically, you guys are close. Had you done anything before?
No, same management, but I used to be just like real stubborn. I didn't want to work with anybody unless it was Travis when it came to grappling. And then, you know, after realizing like I'm not as good at grappling as I thought, so I was like, all right, come on, bring Johnny over here. So it's been amazing. Johnny's a really, really good coach.
Is that something you like a relationship you'll continue, or is it just kind of like right now, or?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I stay in the DFW, I don't think that relationship's going to change. Yeah, I think Johnny will be a big part of the camp going forward. Yeah.
So what's been? I mean, obviously, like I got to learn wrestling. That's something that takes years. People start when they're like 5 years old learning wrestling, right? So I mean, how is the? I mean, do you see progress right away, or is it tough to make improvements like that?
I mean, as long as my coaches see progress, that's really what I look for. My progress, what I think, don't really matter because, like I said before. Brunson and Vittoria, you know, I thought I was like the best at everything. So, nah, as long as Johnny thinks I'm doing better, and Mindset Mike thinks I'm doing better, and then I plan on making one more trip out there to show DC a little this and a little of that. And as long as all these guys say I'm doing better, you know, I'm happy camper, you know. Right. Yeah.
Is it hard to be humble and be like, I'm just like, you know what I mean? We don't think of you as the humble guy.
Nah. It's easy to be a sponge every once in a while. You know what I mean? And it's like I can be a sponge right now, and then after I go get this dub, I can go back to just being a complete asshole, and I appreciate that.
I love it. Are you following the division? I mean, are you letting yourself, you know, are you trying to stay unplugged? Or are you following the matchups and seeing things? And what do you make of it right now?
No, so honestly, before the losses, I didn't really pay attention to anything. Kind of like got in that like hiatus moment where I was just like, fuck everything, just play video games. When they want me to fight, I just show up and fight. But now I'm actually like paying attention, watching the fights, doing the little homework and stuff, watching people in the division, whether it's 85 welterweight or 205. I don't give a damn. Just looking at them all like, all right, let me see what I could possibly do here when I get back active, you know? So yeah, I'm paying attention. I'm not just sitting at home not doing nothing. I'm doing my homework. I was in summer school. The school year's almost back started, you know? Mine starts in October, but the school year's almost back started.
I love it. I was say so. Last thing for me. I mean, what is the master plan right now? I mean, what is the schedule? What do you think the process should be?
Just make grappling second nature. You know, as long as I make that second nature, the schedule when I get back is fully active every weekend if you want me.
Kevin, do you think it could be beneficial, though? I know you want to fight every weekend, but could it be beneficial to every so often take like 6 months off to just keep focusing on the skills, or would you rather just get back in there?
Nah, because once I get going again, I get going again. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we got to be realistic here. The hole is wrestling, right? So I fixed the wrestling hole. I mean, I don't really see too many gaps. I mean, probably putting on some size, but I mean, not really. I mean, you know, just get better, and everything else will work itself out. So I don't see myself taking too much time off.
What's the vibe like when you're training with Cormier? I can imagine the two of you have a bit of banter.
Nah, man. I mean, when I'm training, it's whatever they tell me to do, I'm going to do. But it's pretty cool. If he cracks a joke, I crack a joke. If he cracks another joke, I usually shut up because it's his gym and he has to win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm curious, what's the relationship like between you and Dana White at the moment? Because obviously he was like pretty critical of your performance. Are you guys back on cool terms? Is he still blowing you off? What's the story with you guys?
I mean, I seen him the other day, and he asked me how the wrestling was. I told him it was going like this and going like that. Cracked a little jokey joke. He laughed. So, you know, it don't matter how bad things is. I'm going to crack a little jokey joke. As long as you laugh, I feel like we might be okay.
Yeah,
so
we're getting back there. Huh?
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
More specifically, like, what are you learning in wrestling? Is it more of a mental part? You just just the mindset, that grind you have to be in, or mental, just learn the techniques?
Mental, physical, spiritual. You know what I mean? It's like it's all of the above. You know, it's like it's cool because every coach has like a different thing that they bring to you. You know, and it's like I'm not gonna put names on it, but one coach specifically, I really, really like the way he does things, and I don't think it matters if I'm big, small, skinny, you know what I mean, or buff as fuck. It's just what he does really, really works. I have another coach, what he does works, but at the same time, it's like he's Mr. Magnificent. So it's like when he says do it, it's just like I know I can do it because he said he'd do it. So it's like I know I can fucking do it eventually. You know what I mean? And then I have another coach where it's just like he's just so goddamn cool. He's just so smooth with it. So it's just like it's everything. Everything's building, and it's good because when you're wrestling, you have to have the mindset. You know, you can't just pick up the techniques and you can't just pick up the skill. You have to kind of like grab the mindset as well. So hopefully when I come back, I'm not too much of a nut grabber, but I'll be all right.
Thank you.
No problem.